I'm Derius Harrell, and I'm researching my genealogy. I'm here in Magnolia, in the courthouse of Magnolia, Mississippi. And what I've just found is the marriage record for what I believe is my great grandfather, Wilford Harrell, who married Sarah Vaughn. This is something I've been working on for about 3 to 4 months now. It's a good thing I got in touch with Antoinette, who's across from me right now. But something I've been working on for a few months now, and something that I think is very important. Something that I think that if I don't do it right now, it's a possibility of us losing it, because after going through Hurricane Katrina and losing a lot of the documentation that I already had about our family, pictures and things of that nature, that was just an eye-opener to me to know that I needed to do something right now before anything else potentially could happen with us not being able to know what our history is.
Darius, is this your first time visiting the Pike County Courthouse?
Yes, it is. It's my first time visiting it.
You have a happy look on your face.
I'm very happy. I'm very excited because this is good stuff. I've done research online, but being able to touch the records and being able to see them is just something that you got to do it. It's just it's a very, very good feeling. Very good.
You did your school papers on the Harrell family when you was in college?
I did. When I was, I believe my freshman year in college, I did a family history, and included some of the pictures that we took from years past, and one of the reunions that we had probably about 10 or 15 years ago. And I look for that. I don't have that, so.
And what college was this?
Morehouse College, yeah.
Is it that all the students had to do their papers on family history?
Yes, most of them. Because English is one of the core courses that we take, and that's one of the major projects that they have in that course. So, yes, family history is something that they promote there.
I see you have your laptop computer with you. So, are you going to process any databases that you find?
Oh, absolutely. I've got a good bit of data right now, and right now I'm using an online service to do research and do documentation, but it's not as extensive or not as full-featured as I would like it to be. So there are going to be a lot of things that I document and catalog in my own database. So.
Do you find that it's necessary to get out into the courthouses and break away from the internet sometime?
Especially for our ancestors, because many of us, many detailed records on our ancestors weren't kept, of course, because of them being slaves. Going further back, early, before the 1800s, and even in the 1900s, there are a lot of records that just don't exist, even if you are looking online. And I'm assuming that a lot of this stuff just hasn't been put online.
Yes.
Like this marriage record, for instance, it's here, but I couldn't find it. I would have had to come here to actually see it. These types of things aren't online.
So do you think there should be more databases available online for people to descend?
Absolutely. I've done research on my wife's family, and she is her ancestors are from France, or part of her lineage is from France. There are a lot more records on them. And it's much easier to do her history than it is to do mine. I went back to about 1870, and that was it. Can't find anything past that. But and that's why it's important to really get a lot of this information into databases so that people can get access to it. So that everybody doesn't have to come to the courthouse or to wherever it is that their families are from to find this information. Very important. Very important.
Do you realize that this courthouse burned down in 1892? too? Some of the older records that you would be researching is not available?
Yes, I do realize that. I just found that out when when we got here. So, I mean, that's just an example of, I mean, if tomorrow another fire happens, because you never know what happens, you never know what will happen. If tomorrow something like that happens, that's going to be more history that potentially is lost. More history that somebody who wants to know what their lineage is and doesn't know, that they just might not be able to find out. That's why it's so important to have this data, and that's why I'm here today.
Well, good. Let's continue to research and see what else we can come up with.
Hi, this is Derius again, and we are at the Amite County Courthouse, and we've been looking up some records, looking for succession records, really, of slave owners that potentially owned slaves that were some of our ancestors. Today, we were able to see who some of those people were, but we...
Could you pull out the cabinet and show it?
Oh yeah, I sure can. We were able to find out who some of those people were. But we didn't actually see any of the names of our ancestors as a slave. There's Levi Harrell. There's Jacob Harrell, who is one of Levi's sons. So, and in these documents, there are a number of different things that have to do with each of their estates. So, who they sold their land to, or who it was given to after they died. So,
is this your first time looking at records of this importance?
Yeah, it's my first time. It's interesting, looking at the documents and their color, the texture, the script that they're written with. It's interesting. It's not something that you see every day. And just the appearance of the documents let you know that they have a good bit of age on them.
How do you feel when you find that you see people's names on the inventory sheets with the properties such as the chairs, the ox, the wagon, the mules, and looking at someone that was sold or praised for $500?
It's a very I get a number of emotions. It's humbling. It's hurtful. It's not something that I would have wanted one of my ancestors to have to go through. But I think that is an example of why it's so important for us to continue to do research and find out exactly who they were, where they came from, and it's also good to understand, not just our genealogy, but also to understand this country and where it is today, and understand why we're in the conditions that we are today, or why certain things are going on today.
And you're a graduate of
Morehouse College, yeah.
What's your degree in what?
Computer science.
Computer science.
My degree is in computer science.
Yes. Does this give a different light to education about self?
Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I believe there are some institutions now that are incorporating genealogy classes in their curriculum. But this is something that everybody needs to know, especially given our history. It's invaluable. It's imperative. It has to happen. It has to happen. And if it's not, if we don't have it, if we don't do it, then potentially in years to come, it could be lost forever.
Yes.
And you just
is that one of your concerns? Is that documents will be lost forever?
Yes, that is my major concern.